Here we are in section 1.4, exercises part A. The instructions are add or subtract. Well, yeah, we got some plus signs, we got some minus signs in here, and then make sure and simplify the answers. So 2/5 plus 2/3. These are not like denominators. We can't do that until we find a denominator that they can both go into. 5 and 3. I can't think of one. 5 times 3 will definitely give us one, 15. So we can times by 3 times by 3. That gives us 6/15 plus 3 times 5. And that'll give us 10/15. So that will be 6 plus 10 is 16/15. Now remember, whenever we get 15/15, that makes a whole 1. So 1 and there will be 1 left over. So we could have 1 and 1/15. Let's look at the answer and double check. Yes, 1 and 1/15 or 16/15. Good. Number 15. 1/4 plus 5/8. Oh, we got to make these two the same denominator. That shouldn't be too bad. Just times the 4 by a 2. Now remember, when we do this, all we're doing is creating this fraction with a different name on it. See, this we're really only multiplying. When we multiply by 2 over 2, we're multiplying by a great big 1. So 1 times 2 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 5/8. And we get 2 plus 5 is 7 of those 8s. And I think that's simplified as it goes. 7 over 30 minus 3 over 25. Now this one's kind of a tough one. Where would those two meet up? We could do 30 times 25, but that'll be really, really big. Wow. So let's break up 30 and see what he's made of. That's 5 times 6, 2 times 3. So this is really 2 times 3 times 5. And 25 is 5 times 5. So we just split this guy open into what it's made up of. Well, how can we make those the same without going too high? Well, if we make this guy have another 5 on it, that's good. And if we put a 2 and a 3 over here on this 5 times 5, then these two are now exactly the same. So 2 times 3 is 6. Look at that. We just split those open, found out what they were made of, and yeah, there 30 times 5 is 150. So they are both over 150. This is 5 times 7, 35 over 150 minus 3 times 6 is 18 over 150. And that's the least common denominator that we can find. 35 minus 18 is 17 over 150. Let's double check that answer. 17 over 150. And oh good, that's 7/8 from the previous one as well. 17 over 150. Number 17, 1/3 plus 1/12. Let me see, if looking at it, 3, 6, 9, 12. Hey, we can just times this guy by 4 and times this guy by 4 and we'll have it. 4/12 plus 7/12. We always need common denominators to add fractions. 4 plus 7 is 11 of those 12s. And the bottoms will never add. They're just the names of the fractions, the denominators. Let's double check, and there we have it, 11/12. Ooh, this one's got a few extra things. 13 and 3/4 plus 4 and 5/6. Let's line this up so it looks a little bit nicer. 13 and 3/4 plus 4 and 5/6. Well, we can't add these together, so let's get the common denominator. What's a common denominator for 4 and 6? Well, 4 goes into 4, 8, 12, 16. 6 goes into 6, 12. Oh, we got it. 12. So we times this guy by 3, and we'll times this guy by 2. So this is really 9/12, and this is really 10/12. So we got those all together. Good. So 13 and 9/12, 4 and 10/12. 9/12 and 10/12 is 19/12. Let's go ahead and write that down for just a minute. 19/12 and 13 plus 4 is 17. Now remember that as soon as you get to 12/12, we got to take 12 of these guys away and carry that 12/12 over there, and it makes one more. So 12/12 makes 1. So we actually get 18 and 7/12. So we took 12 away from 19 and then added it over here. All right, the next one. 9 and 7/10 minus 3 and 1/5. All right, common denominators first. 5 does go into 10, so we can actually just times by 2 and times by 2, and we get 2/10. All right, good. So we really have 9 and 7/10 minus 3 and 2/10. Well, 7/10 minus 2/10 is 5/10, and 9 minus 3 is 6. We better check our answers. There we have 18 and 7/12 is correct, and 6 and 5/10. Oh, we did forget to simplify. 5 divided by 10, yep, that's 1/2. 6 1/2 is the correct answer there. Good. Number 20. 3 and 9/14 minus 6 and 6/7. This is upside down. We've always got to subtract with the larger one up on top. So let's write this as 6 and 6/7 minus 3 and 9/14. Good. Get a common denominator. It looks like 7. We'll multiply 2 to get 14, so we only have to change one of them. As we times by 2 here, we get negative 6 and 12/14. And those are now gone. That's good. So 12/14 minus 9/14 is 3/14. And 6 minus 3 is 3. And the stronger one, the negative one, is the one that will win. So there we go. Let's check our answer. Negative 3 and 3/14. Good. Number 21. 4 and 2/7 plus 9 and 2/3. Good deal. We need to get a common denominator between 7 and 3. That doesn't look like it's coming out really quick. 7, 14, 21. 3 goes into 21. Yeah, just take 3 times 7. So we'll times this top guy by 3, and times the bottom one by 7 over 7. We're not really timesing by 3 or 7. We're just timesing by 7 over 7, which is 1. That's how we keep them the same. So 6 over 21, and this is 14 over 21. Okay, now that we've changed them into names that are the same, let's add them up. 6 and 14, that's 20 over 21 in this column. 4 plus 9 is 13. There we go. Check our answer. Yes, indeed. There it is. Number 22. 12 and 5/8 minus 9 and 3/4. Let's write that out. 12 and 5/8 minus 9 and 3/4. Need a common denominator here. It looks like they can both, let me see, 4, 8. Yeah, it'll be an 8. So times by 2, times by 2, and we get 6/8. Okay, so 5/8 minus 6/8, we can't do that. We're going to have to borrow. So we'll make that a 1. And remember, it doesn't kick over 10 of them. It only kicks over 8. 8/8. So it adds 8 to this 5. So we really have 13/8. That's good. Now let's get rid of that so we don't get it confused. 13/8 minus 6/8 is 7/8. 11 minus 9 is 2. So 2 and 7/8. Let's check our answer. 2 and 7/8 is indeed correct. Good.